make sure it's properly mounted, secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Your doors open and close properly. They got a good rubber seal around them. The glass isn't cracked, broken, or damaged. The hinges support the weight of your door. The child drop-off and load lights are properly mounted, secure. They're clear in color, and they're working properly. My steps don't have any loose matting on them that would cause a tripping hazard. My loading bar here is properly mounted, secure. That's new. There's no missing bolts. My safety equipment, my body fluid kit, and my first aid kit, and my fire extinguisher, they're all properly mounted and secure. These are all stocked and up to date. The fire extinguisher's got the little safety pin in it, and it's fully charged when it's properly rated for the vehicle, and it's up to date. My 3 reflective triangles over here behind my driver's seat, they're not cracked, broken, or damaged. They're properly mounted and secure. Get my seat. My seat belt. It's not torn or frayed or cut. It latches and unlatches. I'm gonna adjust the seat to the driver. And then I'm gonna start on this side and work my way over and then do the middle just to keep a pattern to it. So my windows open and close, both the back and the front. They lock. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. They got a good rubber seal around them. My mirrors, flat and convex mirror, properly mounted and secure on both sides. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged, and they're adjusted to the driver. Same with my crossover mirrors up there. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. And my passenger mirror, I can see all the passengers. It's adjusted to the driver. All right. Did that. My windshield's properly mounted and secure. Not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's got a good rubber seal around it that's not leaking. My inspection sticker's up to date. My wiper blades are tight against the windshield. They're not torn or cut. And they're working properly. Spraying out the water, washer fluid. And then I think that covers everything up here. I'm gonna start on my panel. Turn my key on. So my fans are working. All the 3 fans, one up there, 2 in the back. Some fan is on still. There we go. So those 3 fans are working. All my dome lights are on. None of them are cracked, broken, or damaged. They're all clear in color and working properly. And they're properly mounted and secure. And then strobe light comes on, and I could check to make sure that it's working properly by looking through the emergency exit on the roof. My dimmer switch. What was that the dimmer for this panel? It worked properly. My noise cancellation. It's working properly, going on and off. My fan for my driver. They're working properly. And then go ahead and flip that switch there. So I'm going to check my amber lights that are working. I turn them on and I push the button. The little indicator light comes on the dash. So my amber lights are on. And now I'm going to open up my, go ahead and flip that button back. I'm going to open up my door, or I'm going to turn on my stop sign and my crossover bar comes out, my stop sign comes out, the red flashing lights are on, the headlights are flashing, and then I'm going to open my door. It opens as the stop sign and the crossover bar's out. I'm going to close my door, shut my sign off, and turn my amber lights off. Now I'm going to start the engine. I'm going to do a safe start. I put my foot on the brake, make sure my parking brake's on, and then I start it. Alright, now check my headlights, make sure they come on. My dimmer switch to dim my lights into my dash here, that's working properly. Check my four-way flashers, the indicators on the dash are flashing green. Left turn signal is working, right turn signal, or left and then right. They're both working properly. My horn, I don't have over 2 inches of play in my steering wheel on a 20-inch wheel. My oil pressure came up to the proper operating pressure. When I started it, my ABS light came on and went off. My water temperature's coming up to temperatures at 150. My tachometer's working properly. My volts are between 12 and 14. I got plenty of fuel. My air pressure is at 100 and rising. It should kick, the governor should kick off about 125. It shifts into, put my foot on the brake, it shifts into reverse, into drive and neutral with no issues. Moving across, I'm going to check my fan, and it's working properly. Why is it blowing? Oh, the noise is on. So the fan's working, blowing out here, and then it goes for hot and cold, and I'll turn it on the defrost, and it blows out up here, hot and cold. And that's, I think that's about it on the dash here. I didn't do my high beam. Make sure my little blue indicator light comes on from my high beam indicator and goes off. Now we're going to do our brake test. We're going to check our emergency brakes. It's out. Give it a little, put it in drive. Give it a little fuel. Doesn't go anywhere, so our parking brake's working. Push that in. I'm going to check my service brakes. I'm going to pull ahead about 5 miles an hour, hit the brakes, make sure it doesn't pull from left to right. Don't have any grinding noises or anything indicates I got a problem with my brakes. Alright, now I'm going to build my air pressure back up so the governor kicks off, and we'll do the sail test. I'm going to check in the floor. There it kicked off. I'm going to check in the floor, make sure there's no debris laid around in my floor. My brake is freely moving, and so is my accelerator. Now that I got my air pressure up, I'm going to turn the key off, turn my headlights off, and we got to push the button in the back. Let me go push it. Push my child drop off button, or no child left behind button. And then I'm gonna put my seatbelt back on. Turn my key to the on position, the run position. My ABS light comes on and goes off. I'm going to push my button in. I'm going to put my foot on the brake, push my button in. After the initial drop, I'm going to take my foot off the brake. It should not lose more than 2 psi in 1 minute. I should have got out and chalked my tires because we're rolling a little bit. Okay. It's been a minute. We didn't lose 2 psi. I'm going to now check my apply test. Put my foot on the brake. Should not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Alright, been a minute. It didn't lose any. Now I'm going to check my low air alarm. It should come on at 55 psi. There's my alarm, and my light came on. Then I'm going to check my emergency button to pop out. It should pop out between 20 and 45 psi. Pump it down. And it popped out. Alright. That concludes everything up here. We're going to move towards the back. I'm going to check my floor down here to make sure all my mat is in place and there's no tripping hazards. Check all my seats, make sure the seats are not loose, they're all properly mounted to the floor, to the bus. All my windows are not cracked, broken, or damaged. They're all rolled up, and they roll up and down. I already checked all my dome lights. So now I'm going to check my emergency exit, the one in the ceiling first. Oh, all my seats are numbered. All of my emergency exits are well labeled. I've got this other labeling up here for the child student code of conduct. It's not peeling off or been written on or anything. And I'm going to check my alarm here for this. It's not going to go off unless my key is on. So I'm going to start the engine. I'm going to do a safe start on there. All right. What's this that you pay? Emergency exits are working. I think that's just our low air pressure alarm still going off. That's alright. Let me give it a little fuel because we're going to have to hear the alarm for the windows. There we go. So my emergency exit open and closed fine. I'll check my emergency exit windows. I get an alarm when I open it. Alarm goes off when I close it. I don't know if that's secure or not. Yes, it is. Doesn't look like it. Now it's latched. I would check all my emergency exits the same way. Make sure they're all labeled. Checking all my seats. I checked this emergency exit the same way I did the front one. My emergency exit in the back's labeled. Alarm sounds when I open it. It goes off. The handle's working properly. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. And I got my little child left behind button when I have to get off. That's about it.